Good morning guys, welcome to my channel Confessions of a Gaming Mum and welcome to day 1 of week 4. I don't even know anymore. Am I doing it by week still? I'm very happy this morning because I was able to run 5 kilometers this morning. First time I've done that in a while because of my muscles hurting too much before. No twinges at all today. Just like a sort of tightness in the right side, like my right thigh, like the upper right thigh, like groin area. But yeah, no twinges at all in the leg muscles or anything. So I was kind of like, I expected to do 4 kilometers again today because I expected to feel twinges, but I was like, until I feel those twinges, I'm going to keep going. And obviously the more I was running, the more stiff my leg was getting. But yeah, I just sort of like powered through it. It was and I think what probably helped as well today, because my cadence is quite low, it's like in the 140s rather than like even in the 150s, because I was going for like a wider step, because I think that's the problem that I had last time in terms of, because I was trying not to overwork my thighs too much or my upper leg, I was taking sort of shorter steps, which meant that my calves really suffered. So when my calves started getting tired, I think it then took it out on my thighs, so that's why I had to give up at like after 4 kilometers. But today I was like, no, I'm going to take a wider pace, so that then it means that my calves don't have to tense up, they're not going to suffer, and also it will warm up my thigh muscles, because obviously I'm thinking of what my physio said to me yesterday on our last appointment together. But yeah, when she said that like what tends to happen, what you've got to be careful of with a muscle injury is that you get scared to then use that muscle, so then that muscle gets lazy and it can lead to further risk of injury down the line. So that's what I was trying to do today. I was trying to think I need to work that muscle, but not into a point that I'm just going to tire it out and cause more injury. So I was going at a slower pace, having a wider step, and I think it did work. Like I said, I did 5 kilometers and my time was like 33 minutes 16, so it was a really good time as well, considering I had to stop a few times. I had to stop at the first 100 meters because my running app was still telling me after every 100 meters when I'd done every 100 meters, and I think that put me off last time, because all you got is this woman talking in your ear telling you how far you've gone and how like slow you're running and stuff. So I've changed that, because I kept meaning to do it before, so I thought I'll do it now, and rather than keep it at every kilometer, I'll put it to every half kilometer, so then it gives me more of an update in terms of, rather than not knowing how fast I'm running at the end of each kilometer, if I know halfway through the kilometer how fast I'm going, if I feel like I can up my pace, then I can. It's good to know where the half kilometer marks are as well on my route, just so I know like if I need to turn back at whatever point, I can do it like 500 meters or something. But yeah, so I'm super pleased with myself. It's absolutely freezing, hence me still wearing my bloody winter top. It's so annoying, but it's a beautiful day because the sun's out, there's barely any clouds in the sky. It's really, really lovely. So it was really nice. Like I warmed up quite quickly. So yeah, so it did get like, I had to like unzip it and roll up the sleeves and stuff when I got like halfway around. But then as soon as I was doing my cool down, I got cold very, very quickly. Hence why it zipped back up. But yeah, it was a beautiful run today. Really glad I managed to get out. And there's hardly anyone around, I think, because it is so cold. So I had my usual takeaway last night. So chicken and rice from the Indian. I had a bit of Bub's pizza because he didn't eat a lot of it at all, like he left almost half of it. So my husband ate the crust and I ate the cheese and tomato bit of like 2 slices, so it weren't too bad. And yeah, and then we had a little cupcake, because where we went to see my nan yesterday, she's got these little fairy cakes that we buy her every so often. Like we top her up with fairy cakes just to try and get her to eat something, so we buy her like treats and things. And yeah, so we had them left over. There's only like 2 each, so to speak. So me and my husband had ours last night with a cup of tea, so Bubs has got his for lunch today. But yeah, that's it in terms of me splurging. I'm done now for the week. Well, I don't know. I think we're planning on going to our favourite restaurant place next week, because my husband's off for the week. So I think he wants to, like, if we're doing a lot of like work, so like I want him to clear out the garage. So if we're going to do a lot of work, he wants to be able to treat himself to a lunch there. And they do shakshuka, and I've been craving shakshuka for absolutely forever, and I've been trying to think of how to incorporate it into my diet. Because I do absolutely love shakshuka. But yeah, what I need to do is actually work out what the calories and the macros will be, and then see if there's any way I can work it out. I'm still thinking I really want to do Beatrice Caruso's 67 Try Your Best Bitch challenge because I do most of it already, but there's little bits that it would be nice to add on. Like she says, try something new every week, like a recipe or a hobby or something like that. So for me, it would be like trying new recipes and seeing if I can fit them into my macros. Because obviously my diet at the moment is very samey. And even though it's food that I like, it would be nice to have a bit of variety. So I'm thinking that would be my thing. The only thing is then she says you have to read like 10 pages of a book. And I don't know when I'm going to have the time to do that. And also I think it was 10 minutes of breathing or yoga, like 10 minutes of relaxation, like self sort of care thing. So yeah, it's just a matter of figuring out when I'd be able to fit it in, but I've got this week to think about it, and lucky because my husband's off, it means that I actually will have the time because he'll be there to help me out with stuff. But yeah, so hopefully it'll be an active week, because obviously at the end of the week on the Friday, because it's what I was moaning to my husband about this morning, because we're seeing my friend on Friday and we're going to Hampton Court Palace. There's going to be a lot of walking on Friday, hopefully, but we're also going to the pub for lunch because as of tomorrow outdoor catering's allowed, hence why my husband wants to go to our favourite restaurant as well, because they're outdoor dining. So yeah, so we're going to this pub. We've booked to go to the pub to have lunch, and you look at the menu and everything is so heavy. It's like burgers and pies and fish and chips and stuff like that. And I was like, that's literally the day before I weigh myself. Do I really want to have something really heavy and then weigh myself and it's still sort of digesting? So it's gonna like really affect what the scales say. Not that I'm that bothered, but it's just one of those annoying things that if I've been good all week and then I have that one heavy meal and it's what screws up the results. So there's one meal they do on there, and I think it's king prawn and chorizo linguine, so I might have that because that seems to be like the lightest thing on there. But then I'm kind of like, but do I want a burger? But then I don't really want the bread. That's the thing. I'm kind of a bit thingy about bread at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep an eye on the menu and have a think. It's like one of those things where it's like, do I splurge because it's like that sort of treat yourself thing, because it's like the first time we're going to be able to eat out properly and like socially, and just as like a lot of people in the macros group say, like it's about making memories, not about like watching what you eat sort of thing. You should be more sort of enjoying the moment rather than worrying about that. So I'll see how I feel on the day, I guess. But anyway, I should probably head off because I've been talking too much. But anyway, yes, it was a very good run today, so I'm very happy. So most likely speak to you later, and there's some dogs about to have a fight, so speak to you later. Hi guys, welcome to Monday. So today's been a usual day in terms of like, I kind of did my exercises. I did most of my exercises. I was going to film, but I was running out of time because I did it really late. So I did most of them. I added weights to my lunges, and I think I've kind of nailed my push-up form now, but we'll have to see, because I couldn't actually see in the mirror because the washing was in the way, so I'll check on Wednesday. But it was a very active day in terms of I spent most of the day gardening, so obviously I was on my feet a lot with that. I was cleaning out the downstairs cupboard as well, so again, very active. And yeah, but food wise it was exactly the same as what I normally have: my omelette, chicken and prawns, and protein pasta with meatballs. But what I've actually been thinking about, I saw a picture today on the diastasis recti group I'm in of this woman that had a similar stomach to mine, and then a year later she actually had a really sort of slim stomach, and she said she actually did like a lot of elimination. She actually did the Whole30 diet, but when I read about that diet, it's extremely restrictive. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the basics of that and make it like an elimination thing. So for 30 days I'll eliminate soy from my diet, 30 days I will eliminate dairy, and like just do that sort of thing and see how I get on and see if it makes any sort of difference. Because a lot of the time, yeah, a lot of people are saying that when you have a big bump like what I've got in my stomach, a lot of it is to do with your diet, not actually the muscles anymore. So that's obviously my next step in terms of trying to fit that, like the elimination, into my macros and the food that I'm eating. I'm also doing the Beatrice Caruso 67 Try Your Best Bitch challenge, so I've been planning what I'm going to do on that. My battery's running out, so I won't be able to tell you guys fully in detail today, but I do plan on telling you what I'm doing. So there's that. Oh, and I'm looking, because another thing I'm going to try, I think next week, is
I hate doing it, but it's something that I think I need to try. Is, like I said, we have quite a lot of processed vegan food. I think that can cause a lot of bloating as well, because there's a lot of oats and soy and different things in there that can sometimes irritate your stomach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out the processed vegan stuff. So like with the vegan meatballs, instead I'm just going to have like mozzarella in my pasta, just so it's something, it's protein that will help to fill it out a bit. With the pies, I might get, what did I say? I was going to get like a cheesy vegetable pie instead of a steak pie, or instead of a vegan steak pie, I'm going to get, yeah, like a cheese and veg one. I'm still and ahhing about what I'm going to do with the stew and with the chicken style pieces that we have, the rice and chickpeas on a Friday. I'm umming and ahhing about how I can change it without having to create separate meals. And Thursday, again, it's just simple. I can either swap it out for a burger or a piece of fish or something, like an actual meat burger rather than a vegan burger. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to plan next week. So that's what I'm going to do next week. I just need to plan it this week, but I've got plenty of time because my husband's off work, so it means I can do things while he's watching Bubs or whatever. But anyway, I better go because the battery's about to run out, so I will most likely see you tomorrow on my run.
So guys, that run was amazing. It was really hard and I did want to quit a lot of the time round, but I was like, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm like determined to do this, especially because I didn't have any pains, any twinges, any tightness or anything until like the last 2 kilometers. I started getting like a tightness in my in my left buttock. But other than that, it was a really good run, and like my average time is like 6 minutes 22, and I can't remember the last time I actually run that quick. So my overall time I think was like 31 minutes 53, no, 31 minutes, no. Yeah, it was about 31 minutes 53 seconds. I'll have to check. I nearly gave up at the end of the 4th kilometre because I've been pushing myself so much for the first 4, but I was like, no, I can't get into this. Right, if I'm going to be able to run faster for 5k, I have to run the 5k. I can't just stop at 4k. So I really pushed myself. So my last kilometre is the worst. I think, again, it's my 3rd and my 4th kilometre that are always the fastest. I think they're like 6 minutes 18 and 6 minutes 15 or something. And then you get to my 5th kilometre and it's 6 minutes 30, and that was my worst, like my longest kilometre through the whole thing. So it's annoying, but I need to do it in order to get my time up. Like, I think it's just, I need to get that endurance up. I think that's my thing. I need to get used to running at that pace. So I think I'm just going to keep trying that. But it was really hot. Like, I left the house this morning, it was -1. It was absolutely freezing. By the time I got back to the car, I'm literally dripping with sweat. I'm so hot. So obviously it's a nice, lovely, bright, sunny day. So I think because of that, it's, yeah, I was able to warm up quickly, but it was perfect conditions. It was so nice running around when it was nice and cold and you have the sun beating down in you, and it's like a beautiful view. Like I said, I never get tired of this view. Never get bored of it. Back to the run. But yeah, so I've had no pains or twinges or anything. I do think what I've been doing is having a wider stride. I think that, or I should say longer stride. I think that's really helped. So it might affect my cadence, although my cadence doesn't seem to be too bad today. I think it was 156 average. But I just think I've been trying to push myself to do a faster cadence because that's what people say you should do, like 170, and I just can't get there. I think the quickest I've done is like 162. So, and if I try and get a quicker cadence, I end up really doing my calves in. But today, like, my legs were fine, and I do think it's to do with the cadence and me just going for a longer stride. I'm not going too long a stride because that's when I end up hurting my knees, so I'm just trying to find a stride that I'm happy with, where I'm, one, getting a good distance and a good speed, but I'm not causing myself any damage other than obviously a few muscle twinges and stuff. But anyway, I need to head back because my husband's taking Bubs out, and then we're actually going for some lunch. We're going to try and go for some lunch at a restaurant because lockdown eased yesterday. So yeah, we're going to see if we can eat out. Not going to push it. We'll just see if we can do it. But anyway, better head out. So I will speak to you guys later. Hi guys. So it's Wednesday. So not much to really report. I've really been lagging in terms of water drinking. Yesterday I didn't really splurge. It was kind of, I treated myself. We went out for dinner and I have been hankering for a shakshuka for ages.
So rather than wait until I can cook myself one, I had one from our favourite lounge bar place that we used to go to before lockdown, but now lockdown's easing and we can eat outside. We decided to go there for dinner yesterday, or lunch, and I had a shakshuka, and it was absolutely delicious, worth waiting for. But then what I did was I had my lunch, what I would normally have for lunch when I would normally have dinner. So I had like my chicken and prawns and stuff later. So my like calories weren't too bad. So because I was doing a lot of walking as well, because I was running around with Bubs and stuff. So it weren't too bad. I can't remember if I've said in this video, but I know I wasn't sure in terms of my times, what my times were like on my run yesterday. But once I looked into it, it was actually my personal best so far. I'd knocked off 2 seconds off my personal best. So massive achievement for me. I'm really, really happy about that. So I'm going to try again. Tomorrow I'm going to try again and do what I did yesterday. But obviously I've just got to be prepared for the fact that the last kilometre will probably absolutely kill me. Because that's what it does. I don't know why, it just, I can push myself for the first 4, but then by the 5th one I'm just like, nope, can't do it. I really, really have to like slow my pace down. Yeah, so I'm hoping that with the confidence that I got from yesterday that I should be able to push myself that little bit more, but I'll see, because my muscles like sort of around my glutes are quite tight, so I'll see how they feel in the morning. It might just be a matter of like the first kilometre I have to warm them up, and then I can try and work on my pace, but we'll see. So yeah, I'll just have to see how tomorrow goes. I'm not going to start on interval training again until next week, because I just wanted to make sure that my leg muscles were all good, although considering I did my personal best yesterday, they should be fine. But yeah, I just want to check for this week and have kind of a break. But my physiotherapist sent me through the email yesterday just going over what she'd told me, and obviously there was a few things when I'd left I wasn't sure what she or I couldn't remember if she'd told me. So like with the interval training, where she said one day like do a fast run, so basically just push myself to run as fast as I can for the 5 kilometers. Another day was to do interval training, but how she said it was to jog for 2 minutes and then run for 1 minute. But she said don't sprint, she said just run as fast as you can rather than sprinting for 1 minute. And she said and just interchange that for the full 5 kilometers, because I wasn't sure when she said about doing the 2 minutes and then the 1 minute, I wasn't sure how long the distance should be, so I was assuming it would be the 5 kilometers. But the fact that she then sort of confirmed that for me, so I was like, oh good. Yeah, and then the third run of the week, because I told her I run 3 times a week, and then she said like the third run you just do a really, really easy run and just don't push yourself. So she said with that interval training, she said oh, it'll be a lot easier and a lot not safer, but just kinder to my muscles to do it that way, rather than doing the whole thing of like sprinting and like doing myself another injury. She's also explained to me about how to do, or when I can move up to push-ups on my toes rather than on my knees. So she's saying once I'm able to increase my push-up count to 12 push-ups each set, she said that's when you can move on to toes, but do it where you do 1 set on your toes and then the other 2 on your knees again, until you start finding it easier, just to slowly control. Because obviously what tends to happen, you might be able to do something, this is why I'm quite apprehensive with doing a full hour of a pole class, I'll talk about that in a sec. Yeah, with your core, like you might be able to do something like an exercise really well and like really engage your core when you do it, but then the more you keep doing it, then the more tired you might get, to the point that you can't engage properly, and then you can do yourself an injury. So that's basically what she's saying with the push-ups, that yeah, you might be able to do 1 set of 12 or 1 set of 8 on your toes, but then if you try and do it another 2 times, you might actually pull something, or like your muscles might get tired, and then you'll start straining and you're just undoing all the hard work that you've done. So she said about that, and then she said about planking as well, that I should try doing planks on my knees, basically in the same position as I do with the push-ups. But with that, she said just see how long you can go on your knees, and when you get to a minute that you're able to do a plank on your knees, then you can move to doing again a plank on your toes, like a full plank. I can't remember what she said about like being able to do it. I think it's probably something like 10 seconds or something. You do it on your knees, or you do it as a full plank, and then the rest of it you do on your knees. So she just said it's all about just not like knackering yourself out, not tiring the muscles out to the point where you're straining them. But yeah, with the pole thing, when I was looking at the classes that they do, so they do obviously, I'm pretty sure a pole class, I'm not sure, I can't remember if this woman that I found that's nearby, who does pole classes, she's hoping to open in May, which is great, so I'm gonna message her about it. I'm assuming her classes are an hour because that's normally how long a pole class is. I kind of remembered the thought of like when I first started pole, yeah, I was fine when I first started doing it. By the end of the class, I literally had no energy left because it just really saps your energy. So I'm thinking, because I've not done pole for a very long time, and also I'm like basically starting from scratch because of my core strength, there's no way I'd be able to do a full hour, and I don't want to cause myself any injury. So I'm thinking what I might do is say to her, like, I'll do like a month of taster classes. Don't know how long they will be, but they are a lot cheaper, so I'm assuming they're a lot shorter than a regular class. So yeah, I might say to her about doing them just to see how I get on in terms of with my strength and stuff, and then slowly build up over time till I can actually do a class like once a week. I think that's probably the way forward. But yeah, I'm basically gonna have to start from scratch with my pole fitness because it's basically, I need my core strength back and I don't really have that yet. So I mean, I'm getting there, but yeah, it's gonna be a long journey, but at least it means I have those pole classes that I can actually build up to, and I've got something to look forward to. So I think that's going to drive me forward now a lot faster. So yeah, keep your fingers crossed for me. I will probably speak to you tomorrow after my run. I don't think I need to film my push-ups today because I must have done that on Monday, I'm assuming. I can't even remember. No, I don't think I did I? Because I was rushing to get them done. So I'll film my push-ups today. Because I can't remember the last time I did it. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute.
Something new, Anglo-Scandinavian. I came across an example of one of these in the aforementioned Kirby Stephen, after recovering from the first half of the coast-to-coast walk with my son. In the church, we found a Loki stone. It's a carving of the devil, using the form of Loki, the Scandinavian god, as the devil. In survivals like this, there's evidence of the existing Christian population representing their culture in a form that the new arrivals would understand. The long and short of all this is that it's impossible to be hard and fast, but the evidence points pretty clearly to assimilation or genocide, and that we need to be her brother's servant. And of a powerful, dominant Wessex determined to lead the New England, which had no role for a king of Mercia on its mind. So we're helped in this story by the survival of a chronicle called the Mercian Register, otherwise known as the Annals of Athelflaed. Mostly this chronicle has been destroyed, but fragments of it survived and
Hi guys, so a bit of a, not non-day, what word can I use for it? I don't even know. Well, didn't go on my run because Bubs basically kept us awake all night with his coughing and his crying and stuff, so he was really poorly. And probably a good thing I didn't go on my run because my thighs are absolutely killing me today. I think because of the lunges and the squats I did yesterday, I decided to up the difficulty by using weights. Little did I know how much more difficult I would make it. So yeah, there's that. I'm actually going to weigh myself tomorrow being Friday, because obviously I'm out with my family as well as my best friend. Even though we're going to be doing a lot of walking, we're also going to have dinner out at the pub opposite Hampton Court Palace. So, and the food they have there is quite heavy, so I don't want to weigh myself on Saturday and still have this heavy food digesting in my stomach and then be like, oh, my weight hasn't gone anywhere. So I'm weighing myself a day early. I'll be weighing myself tomorrow. So today was technically my Friday in terms of like the food I was eating. So I had like the vegan chicken strips with rice and chickpeas, and it was amazing as usual. So that was that. Quite an active day considering I didn't go running, so I cut my husband's hair, so I was on my feet all day. Cleared out the cupboards, or the cupboard we have in the, or cabinet I should say, in the living room. So yeah, I've been on my feet pretty much all day, so it's probably a good thing I didn't go running because my back will probably be killing me by now. But anyway, I'm going to leave that here because I've not got a lot of memory left on my camera, so I will hopefully speak to you tomorrow with the results from my weigh-in. I don't think I've lost any. If anything, I might be like an even 169. I don't know, but like I said, we'll see what it says in the morning, won't we? But I'm not holding out any hope, but we'll see. So I will speak to you tomorrow. Hi guys, so I know it's Friday today, but today was my weigh-in day because obviously it was a treat yourself day today because we went to Hampton Court with a friend. I had a steak burger with bacon and cheese and fries and then a waffle and ice cream afterwards. So yeah, so I didn't want to weigh myself tomorrow because I was like, it's going to be a given that I would have put on something. But anyway, I weighed myself this morning and I've gained a pound. So I felt very, very bummed when I did that, like the other week when I gained like, or when I stayed the same, I can't even remember now. So yeah, because obviously that just adds to frustration, even though like I lost half a pound last week and now I've gained a pound this week. Luckily I had people on like Discord, like the Beatrice Caruso Discord and my own Discord, people telling me that that could very easily be water weight. It could be that I had too much salt at some point during the week, so that's not helped. It could be my hormones, it could be absolutely anything. I also didn't go to the loo this morning. I haven't been all day. I felt like I've needed to go, but I haven't. So it might be I'm just a bit bunged up, so that's also weighing me down. So yeah, there could be anything, and I think I just make it seem like such a massive weight in my head when I say a pound, because obviously you see when you lose a pound you see it as great, you think it's fantastic, but then when you gain a pound you're supposed to not see it as a big deal. So yeah, I can't get my head around that. So when people say, oh, it's just water weight, it's like I can't see a pound of water being not a big deal. So that's something I'm struggling with. But I'm not gonna come off the diet. I'm not gonna be like, fuck it, not gonna bother anymore. It's literally, it's a blip. I'm gonna carry on with what I'm doing. I will give myself, I guess, I mean, the thing is as well, it's just really frustrating because around this time of the year, not only do we have Easter, we have my birthday coming up soon. Obviously with everything opening up as well, we're seeing a lot more people going out for dinner and different things like that. So it's difficult for me to be good in that sense in terms of having like a normal week. So yeah, it's going to be quite difficult over the next couple of weeks to try and keep on track, but I just have to, I guess I just have to be as good as possible when I can be. Like I said, I'm not going to restrict myself just for the sheer thought of like a number on a scale. So I mean, like today with the burger, I gave my husband the bun because I didn't want bread. I just didn't fancy bread. I didn't want to eat the bun of the burger, so I literally just had the meat that was in it. That's not because I was just like, oh, I'm off bread because of like bloating or anything. I just didn't want to eat it. So I'm trying to just be as good as I can and I guess just keep an eye on it. The frustrating thing is with that though is that if I don't do like a month's worth of just being really good and seeing if I plateau, because I won't know if I'm plateauing if I don't have a good week. That's the only problem. But like I said, I'm not doing this like in terms of I need to hit this weight by this certain time. It's just I want to lose the weight at some point. So I guess that's how I just have to try it and see it in terms of if I don't like the weight that's on the scales, then I just have to be like, right, well, I'm going to be good now and I just have to see if I lose that weight next week. I can't be like, oh, this is shit, and then like just be really sort of strict with myself for the rest of the week, because that's when I stop having fun with it. That's when I stop enjoying it, and that's when I can just lose all motivation and then just quit altogether. And I don't want to do that. I've come really far and I just want to keep going with it. I want to see how far I can go, and I just hope that it's not like this is as far as I can go. I need to be able to go further. So, but I don't know how long it's going to take me to get there, but hopefully I will eventually get there. Whether it will take me a month or a year, I will hopefully get there, so we'll just see. But anyway, I won't end the video here because I've still got tomorrow, and obviously I missed because today is normally my exercise day, so I'm going to see if I can try and fit in my exercises tomorrow, so at least get that done. My legs are still killing me from when I did the lunges and squats the other day with weights, so hopefully they'll be okay tomorrow so I can do the exercises, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here because my battery, or this clip here, because the battery is running out on my camera. So hopefully I will speak to you guys tomorrow.